Hi guys! So, HYBE's new survival show finally came out. It's called Are You Next, and I have some things to talk about it. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to keep up with the survival show, and don't forget to like. Thanks! Now let's get through this. First things first, this survival show was supposed to be Island 2, but since HYBE had some issues with Mnet and broadcasting it, they changed everything into a new face, just so they can finally debut their new girl group and stop delaying it. It's been delayed since 2021. The irony is that after all of this, Mnet just announced additions to the Island 2. At the same time Are You Next is going on. How sassy, huh? Anyway, the episode starts showing a little bit about the girls and then shows us the coaches. One thing they say is that there will be 6 girls on the final line, but everybody was expecting a group of 7, like in HYBE. So I've seen some theories and I agree with them. They must be hiding the information about it being 7 girls. And of course the last girl will be chosen by the coaches, being it either 6 or 7. They start performing in groups of 3 and 4 as a first challenge, but before that, they show us the girls already have a ranking based on the monthly evaluations the trainees go through. So they have numbers and opinions. For example, the trainees voted Jiwoo as the best vocal.
지우 언니가 날 보는 시선 너도 느껴봐.
There are also 2 trainees without a number because they've just arrived and didn't participate on any evaluation, which I think is risky for them, but not a big problem. I'll talk about a problem later. One thing I found really unfair on their evaluation mode for this first task is that they're judging the teams against themselves. So one person of the trio will be given a high-level mark, another will get mid-level, and the last gets low-level. That's terrible because you will have great teams having to go for low, and bad teams getting someone in the high level. Yuna didn't like it and I agree with her. Now getting to the performances. From now on I have to warn you, we have spoilers. The first team was Jiwoo, Jonghyun and Chanel covering Bad Boy by Red Velvet. And now we start with some nonsense survival show things. Of course I wanted Jiwoo to shine, since she's the oldest, 2001, and I was curious about Chanel. But I truly didn't expect that result. I mean, she was 5 at the ranking for a reason, she was told to be the best vocal for a reason. We could see her being the leader of the group on the practice time. They had great teamwork too. If the performance could be evaluated as a group, they would rank high. Also, I just love Chanel's voice. It's a bit deep, it's so nice to hear. I'm happy she attended my expectations. Jonghyun is an actress, so she's got great expressions. But honestly, all of them did great at dancing. Chanel caught my eyes all the time. Jiwoo's vocals were great at the ending. Even the coaches said this team was all good. But letting Jiwoo on the low level? Are you kidding me? Jonghyun is great at expressions because she is an actress. You're looking for a group of singers and Jiwoo has the best vocals, while Jonghyun was having a hard time with the rhythm of her part. It's funny how they always choose looks first. Yes, Jonghyun is great, but Jiwoo is better. They said her problem was that she seemed nervous, but I don't think that outstood her vocals. I'd put Chanel on high level, Jiwoo on mid, and Jonghyun on low. If we could judge as a team, they would rank number 1. Coach's choice. Next was the Dala Dala team, with Iroha, Haiwon, and Jihyun. Iroha is a dancer since she was 3. That got me with high expectations. And the positive thing is that she was actually the best at dancing. She had more power in her moves than the others, and her voice was also stable. All of their vocals were a bit weak, but I personally didn't like Haiwon's voice. It's too high-pitched, it seems like she's forcing it and it's coming out from her nose, which it's not a wrong thing in singing, but I think it just sounds weird. Like Momo's voice in the beginning of Twice. But also, she was very professional with the hair accident. Iroha also had an accident with the mic but kept dancing. They were all very professional I feel. Jihyun is also really good at dancing. The coaches asked for an extra dance performance and she outstood the most for me. Meanwhile Haiwon is the best at expressions. I'd put Iroha on high level, Jihyun on mid, and Haiwon on low. If we could judge as a team, they would rank number 5. Coach's choice. Next team was Iris, Aina, Wonhee and Soyeon performing Dreams Come True by aespa, which was not a really good choice for them. They might be cute and all, but 2 of them are ranking 0 because they're inexpedient, so dancing, and especially singing, to aespa just won't suit this. I thought they would go for something cute such as Twice, Oh My Girl, etc. There are just so many problems with this team to be honest. The song choice, their ages, 2 of them having no experience at all, the other 2 having a short time as trainees too. I mean, what did we expect? Of course it wouldn't be great. They lack everything. And honestly, Aina being 12 and participating in a survival show with a lot of pressure and competition. I don't think that's good for mental health. And don't come to me arguing that Boa debuted at 13 cause that was also bad. I know her parents are aware of it, and they might think it's good for her cause even if she gets eliminated, she has a survival show on her profile. But I mean, either you choose a good profile or a good mental health. I have my choice. Plus, she could just continue as a trainee for more 2 years and it would be fine, she's young, it's not the end of her career. Anyways, Iris showed her Latin dance skills, which were good, and she was like a leader for the team, at least when practicing. But they don't have attitude or stage presence, and their vocals were weak. Actually, they were better than I expected, so points to them. The dance was fine. Some people were saying they're editing some contestants' voices. I didn't see it on this episode, the second one though, got me wondering. Now, one thing has to be said, one, he is too overrated. She was distracted and nervous, and the coaches mention it. She has potential but not to debut right now, maybe in 2 years. For me, the one that stood out the most was Soyeon. She and Iris danced the best. I'd put Soyeon and Iris on high level, Wonhee on mid, and Aina on low. If we could judge as a team, they would rank number 7. Coach's choice. Finally me, and the coaches agree. Last team on this episode performed Tomboy, by Mocha, Youngso and Moa. Can I just say I love it? This performance has such an impact. They have good attitude, stage presence, dance skills, expressions, stable vocals. I saw some people say that Moa was screaming her part. I guess these people should watch it again, cause she didn't scream at all, her voice was not high-pitched. Compare her to Haiwan for example. Moa was actually imitating Soyeon's way of singing, which I have the word to say, it's not easy. And yet she did it okay.
Why are you cranky boy? Why are you cranky boy? It's not you, I'm not a door. It's not you, I'm not a door.
So for me, it's a very good performance. Tomboy is one of the songs I see more mistakes when people cover it, you just can't be Soyeon. They did great. This is another team where it's really unfair to let someone in the low level, cause all of them did great. Although she's possibly one of my future picks, I'll have to do this. I'd put Mocha on high level, Youngso on mid, and Moa unfortunately on low. If we could judge as a team, they would rank number 3. Coach's choice. We end the episode with the next teen girls, who will perform Miss A Bad Girl Good Girl, fighting for the number 1 ranking, cause Yuna is the number 2 and Jimin is currently the number 1. The conclusion I get is, foreigners and older participants are not really calling the coach's attention. I can't affirm it, but we know how these shows work, right? Voting was also open, and Koreans can vote twice, just like Mnet's Girls Planet, so I don't really have high expectations about the final lineup. Anyways, that's it for today. Turn notifications on if you want to see more about Are You Next. Bye-bye.